Easter greetings, City Church. I'm just on my way home from our essential shopping and walking through the Westgate here, and isn't this a sign of the times, just completely empty. But I've been thinking about you, especially this past Easter weekend, and hoping that you could enjoy just some touch of the joy of the risen Lord, scattered though we are. And hope you had some chance to connect with family and friends and to see the online services that Ebbe's put up. Our family enjoyed them, but I'd be lying if I gave the impression that Easter weekend wasn't difficult for us. I think our Easter Sunday expectations being what they are, I think it was just natural to be a bit disappointed that we couldn't be together as a church. Hard to believe it's been 4 weeks since we've met together as City, and 3 weeks since we were first put into full lockdown. The day after the Prime Minister brought those stricter lockdown measures, praise God, Annabelle and I were able to go out and flyer the parish, almost the entire thing except for those buildings that were locked to us. Please pray on for the effect of that and that people would respond if they do have need. Since then, we've been turning our attention to those especially sick or vulnerable in our city congregation and in Roots. And as you know, there are many at City who aren't connected online or who are otherwise vulnerable or disconnected, and we've been making a special attempt to phone them and make sure that they have what they need. I got a chance to take a care package to Andy and Maria just yesterday in a social distancing honoring way, and it was great to hear Maria's voice shout out from an upstairs window at me and say, "Hi, my love." I trust you too are finding ways to care for people as the Lord leads you, and I hope too that you feel free to be in touch with us if you find yourself especially struggling. I think we need to assume that all of us are struggling in a variety of ways under this lockdown and need to support each other as much as possible. But please do be in touch with us if you find yourself under particular pressure emotionally, spiritually, practically. Man, do I ever want to hear about it. But know that Annabelle and I and Josh just last week developed a complete list of people at City and are trying to contact each of you individually and directly to ask how you are and to see if there's anything we can do to support you. In the meantime, you'll of course be aware of the central focus that St. Ebbe's has taken as a church. I think very rightly so. We've thought, let's just have one online service every Sunday. So I hope you're tuning in, and I hope you've managed to check out the daily services that are online every morning at 8:45. And for families, I hope you've checked out the Sunday Stories for Families that Wes and Ian have produced and have been so excellent. But in addition to that central connection, I'm concerned that we maintain a connection as City Church and the momentum that we've had through the fall and the winter before lockdown. And so in addition to the fellowship group that Jamie's leading, I want to initiate a second fellowship group which meets online, tracking with the central sermons. So if you'd be interested in that, please, if you see an email about it, respond to it. We would love to see you tied in. And in the meantime, please would you be praying? Would you be praying for wisdom for our world and national and community leaders, and for us leaders here at the church? Would you be praying for our outreach to the parish? Please would you be praying for those on the front lines medically, whether they're working in care homes or in hospitals or in other medical settings in our communities? And please be praying for one another. It's been a joy as we've reached out from the pastoral staff to discover that many of you have been reaching out already to one another. I just got a call from them, and lovely to hear an initiative by the Hepworths to produce some DVDs of the online services for people who don't have an internet connection, and to deliver those in a social distancing, respectful way will be a great privilege. But please be praying for one another and looking out for one another. And let's pull together as city, even as this coronavirus tries to push us apart. But may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Happy Easter.